What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about a short film called Don't Go to Canada. So, the description of this video says, I have one piece of advice. Never set foot on Canadian soil. Please watch this video until the end to be sure to understand. So, my initial reaction to this was like, what the heck? I've never heard anybody say, don't go to Canada, of all places. In America, Canada, for the most part, has a very, very positive reputation. You know, we might not know the most about Canada, but it certainly has a overall positive reputation here. So this was kind of jarring for me to see a film, basically made and called Don't Go to Canada. So I have to admit, I'm very curious to see what this video has to say. So let's take a look. Oh, artistic. Oh, wow. It's just a big forest. Oh, wow. Wait, this is cool. What? This is beautiful. This is cool. This doesn't even make sense. It's just a big forest. This is showing a desert, it's showing mountains and like prairies. It doesn't even make sense. The criticisms aren't even real. Look at this. Where is this? Wow. That's in Canada? Has no history. Look at all this. Natives? Native Canadians? French is only spoken in Quebec. Yukon. French. Canada is always cold. No, it's not. Wait a minute. You know what? I get it. Okay. I get it. It took me a little while to understand. This is like satire, right? This is trying to prove the point that these criticisms of Canada aren't true. I mean, that must be what this video is doing. Starting at the beginning, where they're like, where they're like, est juste une grande forêt. I'm sure I got one or two of those correct there. It's just a big forest. And then they show all these beautiful, beautiful parts of Canada. Canada has no history. For one thing, I don't even know who says that. Us Americans might not know our Canadian history at all. Did you have Triceratops, by the way? And then it proceeds to show like all this amazing part of Canadian history and culture. This is clearly satire, right? N'est parler qu'au Québec? What's that mean again? French is only spoken in Quebec. I actually might have thought that was true. You have to forgive me, American ignorance there. But anyway, I think I get what this video is trying to do. It's like, it's called Don't Go to Canada to like grab your attention. It's clickbait. This is clickbait. No. I think it's kind of a cool way to do this message. And it's kind of showing all the awesome truths about Canada. It's always this one. The stuff that we've seen so far might be misconceptions about Canada. This one right here, Canada is always cold. Il fait toujours froid. Il fait toujours froid. I don't know why I added the roll there. Fraud. It's always called that is the literal biggest misconception for Americans, and it's like I think a lot of Americans need to see this video now that I understand what it's about. Yeah, beautiful water, beaches. Yeah, like mountain biking. Look at this. Look at this beaver. This beaver knows that it's not cold. Well, it does get cold in some parts. I guess I should preface that, but it's not like permanent, like icy winter like most Americans think. What the heck? Canada's wildlife is limited to caribou? No, I mean that I wouldn't. I know this video is trying to like debunk these myths about Canada. I don't think this one's a myth. Like most Americans know Canada has moose, if nothing else. This should have been Canada only has moose. That would be the proper misconception. Polar bears, porpoise, whales. Ooh. Canadian, what did they call it? Gastronomy. What does that mean? Couldn't we have just said food? Culinary availability? Gastronomy. Okay. Sounds like some kind of pill you take for gas, but whatever. It's just maple syrup. Okay, Canada is not just maple syrup. Yes. You got lobster. Ooh. Ooh. Little wine, little beer. Canadians are all the same. Oh, wow. You know, that's actually more significance of a myth than a lot of Canadians might think. I've never really thought about this or talked about this, but for the most part, most Americans do think most Canadians are all the same. I don't know what the breakdown of like racial proportions are like in Canada, but I think most Americans think that Canada is just all white people, which is clearly not the case. But I would say that is kind of a stereotype or a myth that Americans have. That but I've learned in past videos, Canada, to my surprise, I had to learn this. It's actually quite diverse, very diverse, with lots of immigrants actually. Canada only has log cabin. I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop this video so much, but it's a really short video, so I want to kind of talk about all these points. Now that I understand the format is like they're talking about a myth about Canada and then debunking it. I don't think this is something I can only speak for Americans. I never thought Canada was only log cabins. I thought it was all igloos. Yeah, no. I mean, when I was a kid, I did. I thought it was just normal houses, I guess. Not like log cabins. That's a bit of an exaggeration. Wow. This kind of stuff, the like architecture, some of the Canadian historical buildings, that's kind of underrated, I think. So, another thought I had was like older cities like Montreal, Quebec City, some of the architecture there, absolutely astounding. And I think a lot of Americans don't know that. Ooh, Canadian cities are boring. Canadian cities are boring. I never thought that they were boring, but I never like knew what to think about Canadian cities. Now I've gotten to do some videos and some reactions to a lot of the Canadian cities, and they've really impressed me. And there's a lot of awesome ones with a lot of pretty insane, cool stuff to do. and very diverse. And that for sure I didn't know. But I never assumed the cities were boring. I just didn't. Americans don't assume too much about Canada. It's just we don't know much. I don't know which is worse, honestly. Uh, don't go to Canada. N'allez pas au Canada? Don't go to Canada. Mm-mm. Ooh. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is so good. This is so good. Wow. Yeah, definitely don't go here. You might become a Canadict, a Canadian addict. That's the description did say watch to the end, and it was totally right. That was such a great video. That was totally not what I was thinking when I saw this video and wanted to check it out because it's like, don't go to Canada. And I was like, what? Really? What are Canadians up to? It's literally the opposite. It's about why you should go to Canada, all the amazing stuff there. It addressed a lot of misconceptions about Canadian culture. I thought this was a fantastic film. This video was by Tolt Around the World, and I gotta give it a like, because that was actually really good. I wouldn't mind, taking a quick peek at some of the comments here, actually. Scroll down, scroll down. Okay. What are people saying about this? Zoom out a little bit. I'm not proud to be Canadian. I'm grateful I am Canadian. Right, because this actually turned out to be like a Canadian hype video, basically. Pretty cool. As a Canadian, I totally agree. Don't. Oh my god. Okay, of course. As soon as I say like, oh, let's look at all the Canadians rallying around this Canadian patriotic video, is like, don't come. It's like, okay. That's a, people, it's okay to see the diverse set of opinions here. Thanks for making this heartwarming film about our wonderful country. The reason we have no historic buildings is because our igloos melt every spring. I'm telling you, a lot of Americans think that's true. It's not even a joke. That was amazing. I'm so proud to be Canadian. I love Canada from Brazil. I love my Canada. 60 years ago, my father left Brazil, carved out a better life in Canada. How fortunate we chose Canada. I'm so lucky to be born in this country on Newfoundland. I love this video. I haven't come close to seeing it all, but I love Canada. Wow, yeah, just a lot of love for Canada. Except this guy. One guy in the comments here. It's like, yeah, don't come. But besides that, this was super wholesome. This was super fun. And it actually addressed a lot of Canadian misconceptions, several that I've heard of before or believed myself at one point. So, yeah, this turned out to be the old switch, bait and switch. It's not don't come to Canada. It's come to Canada or be careful. You might get addicted. Candicted? What did they say? Canada addicted. So, anyway, this was really enjoyable. If you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on this awesome short film, how it made you feel if you're Canadian, how this made you feel about Canada, or about some of the misconceptions we were talking about here. That'd be really cool to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and learning about Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.